Hello gamers and welcome to True Valorant News. I'm your host True Fate and I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Let's go on ahead and dive into the news for today. We're going to be talking about the possible PvE changes coming into the live game, as well as the G2 drama and future roster moves. So right now in the PvE, which is the playtest beta center for the NA region, they're testing out Skye, KO, Yoru, and REYNA, and they're all going to be buffing and nerfing these characters. So the buff that we're going to be seeing to the REYNA is going to be an update to her Leer, to where it has a little bit more health, but it has infinite range on blinding, and she could throw it out faster while pulling out the gun faster, but the flash won't last as long. As for Skye and KO, you're going to no longer be able to pop flash as effectively and play off yourself. You're going to have to be playing more team oriented with these flashes, because they're going to update how fast it takes, how long it takes for your gun to come out, and being able to swing off your own flash rather than your teammate swinging off your flash. As for the Yoru, they're going to be updating the flash duration, as well as a couple other minor tweaks to his kit, such as the fake out clone and I believe the teleport speed. And if you are interested in getting into the PvE beta, I'm going to go on ahead and leave that link down in the description down below. But on October 14th, there will be having the new agent, which is a controller, on the playtest beta on October 14th. So go on ahead, click the link down below for the sign up on the PvE verse. So not only did they change the agents, but they also changed the map fracture. So here's an updated look on the sand area, as well as the whole entire map in a whole. So if you look towards the B site, or the A site, sorry, you should see how they changed pretty much sand as well as drop and dish. It's no longer going to be a 50-50 gunfight anymore. It's going to be a one lane entry, so it's going to be a little bit easier to attack as well as defend, to where you're never going to have to guess on which side you're going to go, as well as changing the side on B near arcade and benches. They kind of open it up a little bit, as well as taking away some boxes, but making it more congested. I think these are good changes overall. I'm not sure what else they should be changing to fracture. I don't like they added this ramp on B site. I feel like it gives the attackers a little bit more of an advantage than the defenders, because the defenders were able to play a little bit rat spots behind it, but it makes the map a little bit easier and flowing through. But I'm not 100% sure if I agree with these changes. I do like how they changed the A site though, but for the B site, I felt like it was pretty much fine to leave it the way it was. Here's an updated on the players that played Yoru and REYNA at the VCT Champions this year. We had Jing that played REYNA, and then Foxy and Forsaken played Yoru. I find this really interesting because these players have low pick rates. So the fact that they picked these agents might assume that Riot needed to update these agents for the competitiveness of REYNA. She's still really good in ranked. Honestly, I don't like REYNA, but she's really good to solo climb with. And then Yoru, he has a really high potential in high elo, but low to mid elo he seems to struggle in his win rate, just because he requires such a high level of consistency to play him. So moving over to the Rostermania side of everything, we're gonna be looking at Challengers League, which is the tier 2 side. So all teams must have at least 3 players from the specific region competing in it in order for that team to be eligible, as well as the roster has a 7-player max, and you need to be at least 16 years or older in order to compete in this Challenger League. But also you're going to be needing a visa or work permit to be working inside a country. The Challenger League, the roster lock, the first one is going to be taking place February 20th, and then the second roster lock is May 15th, in case any teams want to make any roster moves. And there's no minimum salary for this league. So there's a little bit interesting news going on from the APAC region. Apparently a lot of the orgs have high tier players, but have a huge buyout clause in their contract, not allowing these players to move to other teams without having to pay a large lump sum of money in order to buy these players out and having to pay them a salary. I don't really find this fair at all. We don't know exactly which teams are doing these, but there's a lot of rumors going around the APAC region that players are in contract jail and no longer able to move to another team. Moving over to G2 drama, Carlos has officially retired from G2 organization. He is no longer the CEO. He has finally stepped down due to all the controversy and backlash that the community and Riot was giving them. This is very sad because he has done a lot for the esports scene in the last 8+ years. Done a lot for G2 and just for all esports in general. Sad to see this happen. Again, there's a lot of people saying, imagine being canceled for just one little thing instead of having the chance to redeem yourself. I 100% agree with that. Honestly, I thought Carlos was a pretty good guy up until the Andrew Tate drama had came out. So this is really sad for the esports scene, and I hope the best for Carlos. Speaking about Carlos, here's one of the players of G2 reaching out to Carlos before in the past, that he was always there for somebody to talk to and always tried to make the best of the situation even when things weren't working out his way. FNS makes a really great point, like I had stated earlier, saying I would never understand cancel culture. If you make a mistake, you just automatically lose the right to change yourself for the better. It is so backwards. Feel like the community gets off on the downfall of others who raise you, actual creatures. I 100% agree with this, honestly, because within the last 2 years, cancel culture has really become this big thing up on social media to where people just cancel big heads of people like it's no tomorrow. You can't have a second chance or anything, but this G2 situation feels like a whole big mess waiting to stir up for future drama. Before we go ahead and end off the video, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support lately, and you guys have been pushing me every single day to push out more daily news content. If you have liked the video, please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on G2 as well as the PBE updates and what you think about the future of Valorant. But before we go on ahead and end off the video, we're going to be talking about the top rated initiators from Valorant Champions. We had BCJ #1 at 1.10 ACS, and then we had Ziphan at 1.09, Kesnet, Shao, Saucy, Crashies. I find this list really intriguing. I love all the players that were up on here. What I did like to see was that BCJ ending off at #1 before the year ended, especially during the Copenhagen run. He had talked a lot of smack about Stacks, saying that he is not the best initiator and that he is. So I'm glad that BCJ was able to perform that stat right before the end of the year and moving into Rostermania. But anyways, guys, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.